Mary Schamberger is just someone who has had such an influence and such an impact on young women for so many years. Being under her mentorship instilled in us that whatever we were going to do, we did it with excellence. We were here to serve the Lord. And it's something that has carried over into how I approach whatever it is I'm going to commit my life to.
She was mentored by 2 or 3 women that kind of helped her along the journey when we were first married and when we first had kids that she could kind of lean on, and she felt a need for that, and I think that's kind of where she got her start.
I work as the network coordinator for Arkansas Baptist Women.
So I've had the honor to work with Shari for 10 years through Arkansas Baptist Women and the Arkansas Baptist State Convention. And from the very beginning, what I recognized about Shari is that she was selfless in her leadership, in that she was really there for the right reasons. She wasn't trying to create a name for herself. She wasn't trying to create a platform. What she was trying to do was help develop a process and strategy that would equip women for years to come. When I think about Shari and her impact in women's ministry, I think about her heart for discipleship, which means we're really committed to seeing that woman grow and transform in her walk with Jesus, and then for that woman to begin to pour into another woman's life. And so that sets Shari apart.
Most times, these women are volunteers. They're serving in a volunteer capacity, and so they really haven't received ministry training or gone to seminary. And so we have created resources that can meet them where they are as they're trying to minister to the women.
So one of the resources that Shari has helped to develop and also implement across the state of Arkansas is a document that we call 5 Keys for Effective Growth. And it is a ministry model that encourages leaders and churches to worship, grow, connect, serve, and share together. Shari's heart shines through the development of that. And that's where I really got to see her analytical side. Like, I would have the idea and then she would slow me down and she would say, okay, like, what does this actually look like for a leader or for a church or for a community group?
I'm also part of a team of women who serve as Lifeway Women Trainers. We help lead conferences around the country. It's really just equipping and training these women to go back to their churches, to go back to their communities, to their workplaces, and to be just strengthened and encouraged to carry out the calling that God has put on their lives. And then I also teach periodically at Ouachita. I teach a ministry to women class.
We wanted help with primarily fundraising for scholarships. You have a situation where you have a high school student who's been called to ministry, but just can't afford to come to Ouachita. Shari was one of the early members that came on that advisory board, and from the first day I met her, she had enthusiasm to serve the Lord, to be involved in ministry. The situation of women in ministry has changed drastically. We needed to adjust our curriculum and adjust focus to help meet their needs, and Shari played a role in that.
It's put me back on campus where I'm just really seeing what God is doing among the students there. I think that Ouachita does a great job of preparing and equipping the next generation to serve wherever they find themselves.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't take $10 million from my time at Ouachita. The friends I have made, the contacts I have made, of course my wife, and it was by far the best decision I've ever made in life.
Well, Shari clearly, has had a big influence on us at Ouachita, the School of Christian Studies, but I'd also note, school's had a big influence, on her too. She went to school here and met her husband here, and then she got involved with us on the advisory board. 2 of her sons went to school here, so she's a Ouachita girl and has been influenced by the school as she has in turn really influenced us and helped us through the years.
I think my time at Ouachita really did help me find my own faith. It is a place that calls up and cultivates the gifts that are already there and the ways that you can serve.
Arkansas Baptist Women, we are stronger because of Shari Edwards. We are deeper because of Shari Edwards.
I really grew to love the passage that has kind of become my life verse in recent years. It's in Psalm 37. It's trust in the Lord, do good, dwell in the land, and cultivate faithfulness. Those 4 commands that we see as a framework for how we are to live our lives. When you're not sure, just keep serving where you're serving. Be faithful. Show up. Be willing. Pay attention to what the Lord wants to do. It's not about us. It's how we can think of others. And I think that concept of serving really goes back to how am I modeling to them what it looks like to serve the Lord.
You know, I don't tell her often enough, but there's only one thing in life I've ever wanted, and it's her. So she lifts everybody up, makes them better.
I just want to say to my sweet friend Shari Edwards, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. I'm so thankful for you. You impact so many women, and I cannot think of a person who is more deserving of this award than you are. So, Shari, enjoy the love and know that we're so thankful for you.